This one's gonna be a little different. We got some accessories in here for the Yellow Toys DZ Top C. The admin, I actually don't know his name. I need to ask. Just reached out and was asking me about the different springs and different, sorry, I don't know if there's just more addresses. The different springs and brass cups and stuff that come with these. Wow. This is next level packaging for some springs. Is there anything in here? I don't need that, right? That's it. All right, cool. So I haven't opened up. Uh-oh, hang on. I left my compressor on, like, overnight. That's not supposed to do that. It means there's a bunch of moisture in it. Oh well, happens. So let's see, we got some of the brass cups, and let's see, there's short springs, conical shaped springs. Okay, a lot of stuff here. Okay, go ahead and grab that. What do I want to do here? Kind of impromptu. I got to figure out everything I have. But first, I got to get this thing apart. And it's been a long time since I've got it apart. And if I recall, I have the screw on the back very, very tight. That's not budging. Let's see if I can get it with a leather backer. Nope. Wow. Okay, how about tape and leather? I think that got it. Yeah. So, back into the spark. Take some pieces. I really like my current setup. I'm pretty sure it's one 3.5 mil, or no, 3 mil ball, and, or no, 2 3 mil balls and a 1/8 inch ball. Let's see, that's a little stuck. That's something. Springs are stuck in here, and these are the lighter colored springs. Why are these so stuck? Okay. Let's see, I've got some little calipers here. So yeah, basically 3.1, so that's my 1/8 inch ball. And this should be another 3 mil. These aren't the most accurate calipers. I don't know, okay, I've got two 1/8 inch balls. Yeah, 1, 2, 5. So 2 1/8s and 3 mil. Cool. Got my little screw. Got my soft springs. I didn't even spin it before, did I? I can't remember. All right, let's dig into these guys. So these look like they might have a conical shape. I guess I don't need all of them out, right? Honestly, it's really hard to see on the cork. I'm gonna grab a blue shop towel. It's gonna keep everything from rolling away, but let's do this too. Don't need a full shop towel. Yeah, like I can hardly see these things. I've got some contrast and I can really see the differences between them. Little bag, awesome. Let's open up some more. These are darker colored. If this follows suit with the, you know, I've also got the brass top C that is currently in my wife's collection in her box. I didn't grab that before coming to make this video. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing. The darker springs, in my experience, are stiffer than the lighter colored ones. We'll just have to see. And another one. What's different between these? These look the same to me. Okay, let's feel. Pick this one up, right and left. They feel the same. Okay. And all right, my head is gonna be in the way, but I gotta get really close to look at these things. So these ones that came with the brass cups are certainly the same spring. I don't see anything different about them. And they're not conical. They're just long. And compared to the ones that I took out, got the short springs that are lighter in color. So these are the ones that I have in the brass top C. And that's right, in the brass top C, I have one 1/8 inch ball and two 3mm. It just made that, it made it a little stiffer than these soft springs, but it has a stonewash finish, so I find it more grippy, versus this with its polished finish. I like it better being a little bit softer action because it made it easier to actuate and not as slippery whenever my hands are sweating like they fucking do. So, all right, these are conical springs, and these are the short guys. So if I recall, these are also the same, look like the same shorties that are in my brass accessory pack. So no need to open that. Put those back in the case. Probably add to it again later, I guess. And I'm gonna try out, what do I wanna try out? I guess the same ball setups. I'm gonna start getting out a bunch of different ones. Oh man. Little finicky things on camera are just painful. 2, 3. Let's try these conical springs. See how they're different than what I'm currently running. I'm really curious about the brass cups too, but I don't want to introduce too many changes at one time and not be able to track what it feels like. Oh, brass cup stuck to my finger. So a little tip for top C, your ZZ plate or conventional plate, this is held in, well, originally with nothing. It just lays in there. So whenever you go to flip it, it falls out. There's 3 posts that it indexes with the outside plate. I just applied some standard like medium Loctite, bearing Loctite. This stuff is a mild glue. It doesn't have to work on just threads. Like, that's why we use it on bearings too for spinners. So it fixed this plate in place, and normally there's a little bit of slop between these plates. You can feel it move, and if you take out that slop with a little bit of Loctite, it does tighten up the action just ever so slightly on the top C. Definitely a good upgrade in my opinion that I think they all should have. So these springs are longer than the ones I took out. That is very apparent because that is stiff. Wow. I like it, but it's maybe it's a little too stiff. Man, it's definitely snappy though, but look at that. I mean, I'm having to, you can see my skin sliding. Little much. So that's not gonna be for me. There's not any difference in all these, right? Oh wait, there is. Unless I just rolled this one over here. Oh, I did, okay. 4 and 4. Okay, nope. All the conical springs are the same and much too stiff for my liking for this particular coin. Man, springs are just staying stuck. Now I'll try, see, I've got the brass cups. Maybe, let's try the setup I was running. Oh, I might should grab another 3mm ball also. 2 1/8 inch balls. I'm recalling all this now. Like I've got with stiffer springs is definitely too stiff, like I had just experienced. Getting ahead of myself here. Some little parts. Can imagine having to make something like this. There we go. So this is going to tighten up the action just a little bit with these spacers, I assume. What else can it do? It's putting more preload on the spring, but I'm wondering if it's going to create a different glide sensation since the balls have, you know, something to rotate in now instead of just springs. So definitely stiffer. I don't like the sound. It's not consistent. Watch me try everything that I've got here and end up back on the setup that I originally had. Would be just like me. I'm gonna grab one of the 3mm ceramic balls. Hopefully this is one. Oop. Yep, 2.9. Guess these calipers are just gonna read a little funny. So let's try that instead. Man, it's hard for me to even see the difference in these. That's 3, that's in 1/8. Okay. This isn't very, at least to me doing this, doesn't feel like very entertaining content, but if you're here, you're here, I guess. Just gonna confirm before I screw all this together. It's really hard to see 1/10 of a millimeter. Now look at that, that's 2.9. I put 2 1/8 balls on there. This one should read 3.1. Boom. Hilarious. Actually, okay. I'm sitting here trying to eyeball everything. 2.9. 2.9. 3.1. Okay. Now we got something different here. So we've got little brass cups in now, which I'm now realizing I guess might make more noise. I'm adding in 3 more moving parts to this whole mechanism. So it's probably like the brass cup is able to almost bounce around inside the springboard. Yeah, I don't like it. You hear how that, when I get up here, that sound is just like, bleh. It's gross. All right, taking those out. Not a fan at all. So brass cups, maybe not for me. I don't know. Osman, that blasted Zerk one that he let me borrow. You're probably watching this, aren't you? Man, it had those in here, and that's what got me curious and made me reach out to want to try these. That thing feels incredible. But again, I think it might be because it has more grip than the polish finish for my skin and moisture content of my skin. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's definitely interesting that I'm not finding anything here that I really like. Okay, what if I put these conical springs in? Idea. I'm gonna put the conical springs in with the larger part of the cone holding the ball, so not at the bottom of the bore, which will allow the ball to sit in the bore deeper, which should have less preload on the spring. So that'll give a different feel than when I had them in the other way. And further change the feel. I've only got one 1/8 inch ball now, 2 3mm, versus one was 3mm before, and it was definitely too stiff. So I feel like I'm maybe onto something. At least I hope so, because I'm getting tired of doing this. I just want to enjoy it. Definitely softer. Sounds better. I don't have the weird brass vibrating noises. 1/8 inch ball is takes out the slop. It's definitely a little stiffer than what I had in it before opening up all this stuff. I don't hate it. It's got me questioning if I want to leave it in this slightly stiffer configuration. And if I flip the springs over, that's going to make it even stiffer, so I don't want that. What are these little, how stiff do these feel compared to these? Oh, these are much softer. Man, that's crazy that people like these spring setups. Yeah, these softest ones for me almost, I mean, I like feedback and haptics, and it's not even about being too loud, it's just the ability to use it. To me, it's almost like these coins are better with the softer springs. When they start getting super stiff, I mean, that was, even when I had these flipped or was trying the cups, it was pretty tough to turn. It wasn't, I mean, it would be like a thumb workout. This isn't a thumb workout, at least. It's close. I gotta see, I think I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna use it, carry it for the day. And I'm gonna see if it is annoying whenever my hands are sweaty or something. I have a feeling it might be, so I mean, I might end up going back to these soft springs with 2 larger balls. I just kind of foresee that already being the case. I do like the added feedback here. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it for now, and yeah, pack all this stuff back up. Don't need to put all the little brass things back in 2 different bags. Can't believe he just sent me all this stuff. Like, I was gonna buy it, but he offered, so I'm not gonna say no to that. It's pretty cool. And then literally like a couple of days later, the the Ultim version of the Top C, the Spark version of it was released, and I got one of those too. It's just kind of funny to group them all together, or not group them together in the same shipment, especially whenever all these springs got sent in a package this large. It's kind of funny. Back those up. I can't imagine I'm gonna use these since I already have them and have tried them. They feel good in the brass one with one 1/8 inch ball, but still these are softer than these with the ball on the small part of the cone. I think the large part of the cone, the ball on the large part of the cone is like right in between these softer springs and these stiffer springs. These are being the short ones. These are the longs and these are the conicals, I guess. It's kind of fun figuring out what you get because all the language barriers with all this Metal Toys DZ stuff is, it's a large barrier. I'm gonna put these soft guys and this ball in here so I can remember this setup. It's not like it'll be that hard to remember, but, and conical springs. I mean, currently it's good. I like it. It's good chained. It's a little stiffer. Takes more force. There's a little more snap. I really like these things. I really do. I only have one magnetic haptic coin left, and I don't even pick it up really. I mean, look how the patina is developing. It just, to me, it's not as refined. It's more clunky. It's like a clunk, 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 clunk. It's just a big magnet jump. This is so precise and, like, yeah, there's not as much ka-chunk and force between positions, but if I want the ka-chunk and force between positions, give me a wrapped. It's a no-brainer for me. Like, yeah, the parts, the halves don't come apart here, but so rarely do I separate the halves on the wrapped anymore. And maybe it's just come down to the practice, and I'm sure it's gonna happen again sometime, but this is just too boring now that I've progressed through the fidget world. And I've been moving fidgets through this box for just under a year. I think I'm like a couple weeks shy of the 1 year mark of really being into collecting spinners and sliders. So yeah, the coins have fallen down to the bottom. I really like spinners and I really like mechanical things. Yeah, I don't have that much magnetic stuff anymore. I've got this as a gift, and I have this because of the artwork. That's it. I even think about selling it, but it's a $100 fidget, and the artwork it's really cool, so it's probably gonna stay as a showpiece, just as something I liked to literally collect, but I don't even use it that much. I'm gonna use a fidget right now. It's a spinner, it's mechanical, or it's a wrapped. That's really, it's that simple now. It's kind of nice. Thanks for watching. See ya.